Welcome back to another Toolbox Tuesday. This Tuesday, we're kicking it off with Discover, and we have our lovely Lydia, who's also in the Phoenix area, presenting to us about the different partnership programs. So Lydia, whenever you are ready.
Well, thank you so much. I'd just like to give a brief intro about myself. As some of you may know, I've been around for a long time. I've been at Discover Card for 33 years. I've seen many things change, come and go during the course of Discover Card growth. And I wanted to share some of that information with you. I want to let you know too that I'm going to be giving away a couple of gift cards. So at the end of the presentation, if I ask you any questions, feel free to answer. And I'm going to let Cam kind of keep up with who raised their hand first or who spoke first, because she's more familiar with who's speaking. And once you do answer the questions and you're the person that is sending the actual, I'm sending the gift card to, I need you to send me an email with your name, address, and your telephone number, your cell phone number, and I will order it and have it shipped to you. So, and one hint, if you hear me say something more than once, that might be a clue that that's something that I may, that may come up at the end on our Q&A. Are there any questions? Okay, let's get started. Okay, now I wanted to speak to you guys a little bit about Discover Card. Some of you may not know that we are a bank. We do credit cards, checking accounts, saving accounts, CDs, loans. So we're a bank just like other banks. And we also have our ATM network, which is Pulse. We own Diners Club International. Now, Pulse is our ATM network, and our international cards and our debit cards are ran off of Pulse. So that is what our international cards and our debit cards are ran off. So Pulse is our ATM network, and Diners Club International, you know, that card has been around for many years. Actually, Diners Club was the first card that came out. And so it was a prestigious card where it was used for dining, but now it's an international card and it's owned by Discover Card. And so we also, on our banking, we do loans. So we have 95.9 billion and 2.1 million global ATMs accepted at Discover Card. Are there any questions in regards to our first slide? Okay, let's go to the next one. Now, let me see how I can minimize this. There we go, got it minimized. Now, acceptance is great for business. And the reason why I say that is expect transaction fees to be competitive with Visa and MasterCard. Help grow increment sales by welcoming cards from a large global network and tap into the fastest growing global payment network in the world. We have 20 network alliances, and I want to emphasize a little bit more on why full acceptance. This is the most important thing that I want to share with you about Discover Card that I want you to take back. Back in 2006, we partnered with Visa and MasterCard, and we allowed you guys to be our feet on the street. You're the people that are upfront with the customers now to share Discover Card's services and benefits. And with that, I used to do these site visits where anytime a merchant did not accept Discover or was inactive, we always had to go out in person to see why. Now, the reason for that is that because some people still have misconceptions about Discover Card. They think that we're priced higher, they think that it's a different statement, and they think that it's a different point of contact. And so we need you to reiterate to the merchant. I know many of you always say, I always let a merchant know they can accept Discover Card, but that's not enough. We really need you to emphasize that Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Card are bundled, priced together. Let them know that we're bundled together on our pricing and that it's the same. Let them know that it's one statement and one point of contact for customer service. Let them know that you are the contact person, not Discover Card. If they have any issues with Discover, they're going to reach out to you for support. So let them know that you're their processor. You're the person that has signed them up for bundle pricing for Visa, MasterCard, and Discover Card. Now, one example, I had this one merchant that did not accept Discover Card. They would not put up a decal, but they had activity. And what I say for that, sometimes the POS devices on a counter, and some people stick their card in, or they swipe it, or they tap it. And so the person, which I call a gatekeeper, they don't see what kind of card is being used. They only see that it's a transaction going through and it's being paid. And so the owner was telling them that they don't accept Discover, but they were accepting Discover transactions. And so with that, they would say, well, that's a mistake because we don't accept Discover because it's priced higher. So I finally had a chance to speak to the decision maker, let them know that we're bundled together and that we're one low price and one merchant statement and one combined statement and one point of contact. So when I let them know that and let them know that it didn't cost them more, then I was able to put up a decal and they were now accepting Discover. So no matter how many times a merchant accepts a card through their POS device, they must state that they accept Discover Card. And that's merchant stated acceptance. They must state it, they must say it. Now, another time I went in person. Sometimes we go in as secret shoppers, and sometimes we let them know that we're there. This particular time, this gentleman was in front of me and he put his items up on the counter and he pulled out his Discover Card, he handed it to her. So she said, I don't think we take Discover. So she started looking around, she looked at the window, she looked at the door, she looked at the counter. And when she didn't see Discover, she said to the gentleman, we do not accept Discover. So he left the merchandise and he walked out. So it was my turn. So it was the opportunity for me to be able to share with her Discover's benefits and services at the time. So I pulled out my Discover Card. I said, you take Discover, correct? She said, no, we do not take Discover. And so because I'm a good salesperson, I was able to convince her to try it. So she did try it. And when it went through, she said, oh my God, we do accept Discover. It went through. I said, yes, you do. You are capable of accepting Discover. And then I asked to speak to her manager, and I had a brief conversation with them, and I let them know about the bundle pricing, the one point of contact, and the statement, one statement. And so when I let him know that, then he was okay with accepting Discover Card, and he allowed me to put up a decal. And so I was able to purchase my items and then walk out the door. But every time you don't let them know about our bundle pricing and our same point of contact and same merchant statement, that's your money that's going out the door. That gentleman that left his merchandise on the counter went to another store to be able to use his Discover Card, because there are some people that they want to use their Discover Card. They want to use what card that they have in their pocket, and they want to make sure that they're able to use Discover. So please keep that most important thing in mind. We're one bundle price, same merchant statement, and same point of contact. And so then that way, the person will know, and then have him make sure he lets the gatekeeper know and all the people that work in a location know also that they are able to accept Discover Card. Are there any questions in regards to Discover Card acceptance? Okay, let's move on to the next slide. You can ask me any questions anytime and interrupt if you like. Now, this one is about our international cards because, you know, Discover Card has connection with 20 partners network around the globe. That's why we're the largest global network in the world. It's because of Discover Card, people from other countries are able to come to the United States and be able to use their Discover Card, and vice versa. We can go to other countries and use their POS devices. So we have, I know you've seen JCB and you've seen China Union. Those are the two popular ones that are here. Sometimes it's good to make sure that you put up the decals that says JCB and that says China Union Pay, because the people that are traveling abroad, they recognize those logos and they then know that they can go in and use their international card at that store location. And it gives the merchant more spending power to know that there are people who are there for internships. There's people that are there for school. There are people there visiting and for vacation, visiting family. So we want to make sure that those people are able to come to the United States and be able to use their card of choice where they're traveling in the US. And the same globally when we go to their countries. So keep that in mind, that it's more spending power. You want to let your merchants know that we have network alliances around the globe and that they have more spending power by allowing international cards to run through our ATM, which is Pulse network. Are there any questions about our, okay, I got a signal that came up. Are there any questions about our international cards? Okay, let's go on to debit. Now, debit, some of you may know that Discover Card does have a debit card out now, and it's been out since 2013, I believe. We start accepting, you know, partnership with small banks, and these banks, we they have agreed to issue Discover debit only. And so these card members that have a debit card in their pocket, we want to make sure that they're able to utilize their debit. And so whenever a customer goes into a location and they're not able to use their Discover or debit card, they report it back to the bank. The bank report it to Discover, and then a representative goes out to see why the person is not able to use their card. Sometimes it's simply because it hasn't been programmed. Discover's been programmed in there, but not Discover debit. So whatever the issue is, we got to make sure we fix it before we leave the store, to make sure that that merchant is able to accept Discover debit. In the future, you're going to start seeing some new commercials about Discover debit. We have some exciting things that it's going to be shared with you about this Discover debit growth. And so you may end up getting this Discover debit in your pocket, because we have some good perks with our debit card in the future. So be looking for those new commercials to come out. I'm not at liberty to share them with you right now, but know that debit is really growing here in, you know, with a lot of card members that have more debit cards in their pocket. And are there any questions in regards to the debit? Let the merchants know that they can accept Discover Card debit as well, because there are some locations that only accept debit. So we used to have to be left out. And so now that we have a debit card, we can join in on those merchants that have debit locations only. So please let your merchants know that they can accept debit as well. It's not as prevalent here in Arizona, but like myself, I came from Illinois and I have a Discover debit. So I'm in Arizona now, so I may pull out my debit card if I want to use it here in Arizona. Okay, let's go on to the cashback bonus. The cashback bonus, I know some of you guys have heard of. We have 5% back and it's during certain times of the month. July through September is restaurants and PayPal. So let the merchant know that they're able to utilize Discover Card through getting the 5% bonus in July through September for restaurants and PayPal. And also let them know, I had one merchant truly believe that Discover Card was charging him the cashback bonus and giving it to the customer. So we were charging them and giving it to the customer. So I had him get a statement, and he went and got it. And I, explained it to him, and he couldn't see where we were charging him. So please let the merchants know that they have a 5% cashback bonus. They can let their customers know, and you as well when you're shopping. October through December is Amazon, Walmart, and Target. So keep those stores in mind. If you have a Discover Card, pull it out and you get 5% added on to your purchase. Okay, let's move on. We're going to talk a little bit about the signage website. This is our rewarding website that we have for you guys to utilize. And we have different items that you can get for free. And so this website, we have marketing materials, we have POS, stickers and decals, we have check presenters, custom check presenters, PPE. So we have amazing, supplies on this website that is free for you to utilize. And so when you go on the discoversignage.com website, you're going to register, and you're going to register. Make sure you register as an acquirer and ISO. Do not register as a merchant, because the merchant is only able to order ink pens and decals. So with you, you have more leverage and more things that you can order. When you go onto the Discover Signage website, you're going to see some of the things that says out of stock, and that's because we have a new vendor. And so some of the things that are out of stock right now, but we're replenishing or renewing. So the check presenters come two ways. They come custom over here where restaurant logo goes here, and the regular check presenters. The regular check presenters, they come in, both boxes come in 25, a box of 25. And the regular check presenters, you can order them and they come within 7 to 10 business days. Now the custom check presenters take 6 to 8 weeks. They come in also a box of 25. You can only order one box per mid every 6 months. Say for instance, you have a merchant that has 5 locations. You cannot send all 5 boxes to the merchant headquarters. You have to send each box to each individual location, along with the most important thing that you're going to need is the merchant's logo and the Discover MID number. So those are the 2 most important pieces of the information that you're going to need for the custom check presenters. This is the only item that you're going to need that for, and that's the merchant logo and the Discover MID number, the Discover merchant number, not the Visa MasterCard number, but the Discover merchant number. Each account has its own number. And the Discover merchant number is also on the merchant statement as well. So this one takes 6 to 8 weeks, and it's a box of 25, and you must only send one box per mid every 6 months. Now, when I was out there selling, I made sure I had abundance of supplies, where when I walked in, I always gave away something for free. Ink pens, aprons, nail files, just all kind of different things that we have that I was able to leave behind. Now, keeping up with your merchants is very important. Keeping and building a relationship with them, because if you show that you care and that they're important to you, they will keep you as their acquirer. I have seen them switch to different acquirers because of a person that didn't keep track. I went with one guy and we went into a restaurant that he had signed up a few years ago. And when he come to his surprise, they were not accepting this. They were not utilizing him as an acquirer anymore. And so he lost the account. But she said to him, I haven't heard from you. I haven't seen you. I haven't, when I needed help, you wasn't there. So I switched. So this is a unique way to keep up with your merchants by visiting or phone call, or just ship them some free supplies, ship them some ink pens, ship them some check presenters, reorder them some the custom ones every 6 months. Now, this one that says restaurant logo goes here, that's the one you're going to order a box of those yourself. And those are the ones that you're going to utilize as your leave behind. You can stick your business card in it and you leave it behind, or you can just show them simply, you know, I could get your name put on here and it doesn't cost you anything. And so utilize that and order those, a box of those for yourself. And they come in a box of 25. And it only takes 7 to 10 business days to get the ones that say restaurant logo here. Those are the ones you order for yourself. You can order the regular check presenters and just, you know, have a box or 2 on stock, but you can only order 6 boxes per 6 months. So I'm letting you know that. So say for instance, you have 7. Just give me a call and say, hey, Lydia, I'm over my allotment and I need you to order some more check presenters, whether they custom or whether they are regular, and I'll get right on it for you. Now, there's some things you're not going to be able to order. And one is the hand sanitizer. These are hand sanitizer ink pens. You can put hand sanitizer inside the ink pen and it squirts out. And at the bottom is a stylus pen at the bottom. So that's a real unique item to have. And we have the PPEs, please wait here, floor mats. So the PPE items is one that you have to get from me. And if you want additional supplies, I have additional supplies, and I'll be glad to order those for you and have them shipped to your home location that you want to have the spare POS provided to give to your customers. Are there any questions in regards to the custom check presenters and the regular check presenters and the Discover Signage website?
Hey, Lydia, on the check presenters, the ones on the left-hand side, you said we can get 6 of them in a 6-month period. So can we order 2 at a time?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes. Yes, you can. You can order 2 at a time, but your allotment is only 6. You can order 1 at a time, you know, because you don't want to send one merchant 2 boxes. You don't want to do that. They get 1 box. So if you order 6, don't give them all to one person. I don't care how large their restaurant. You know, have some people like, well, this is a large restaurant, they need more. Well, you can give them to them if you want, but you'll run out. So try to limit it to 1 box per per customer.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Now we have aprons, we have fingernail files, we have other stuff. So take a look and go on the Discover Signage website and start taking advantage. Is it anyone on the call that is has not signed up for the signage website?
If we were signed up with another company, OPC or something, or the processing company, do we have to redo it again?
No, no.
Okay.
You will keep your same account. You don't have to re-sign up. But say, for instance, if you were with one company, when I say, now if someone else trained you, that's okay. But say, for instance, you used to be with Fiserv and you switched. You want to make sure that you're using your credentials for the company that you currently work for. So if you switch processor, then you might want to consider changing it to your new email address and new password. So keep that in mind too, that you want to make sure you sign up with your current processor. Okay. Okay, let's move on. Now, how many of you all are utilizing the Discover Rewards program? Anyone? No one using the Discover Rewards program. That's the program where you use the 2 test cards. Okay. Since none of you are utilizing that program, I won't go through that with you. Now, we have a new app. It's called DGN. And the DGN app is an app that you can download on your cell phone. There, in the past, you used to have to go to a computer to go on the Discover Signage website or the rewards portal. And now you can simply do it by the palm of your hand. And that's the DGN app. And that's what it stands for, Discover Global Network. So you'll download this on your phone, and then you have to register now. And then you're going to need a PIN. And so I'm going to send you the PIN number to Cameron, and she'll make sure everyone gets the PIN number. I'm going to send the enrollment instructions along with the PIN number that you're going to need to download this app on your POS device. So, I mean, yeah, I mean on your cell phone. So if you want to utilize it right at the palm of your hand, you're able to do that. Okay, and that's DGN, Discover Global Network. It looks just like those letters, DGN. So you can go on. If anyone have any problems with that site, just give me a call and I'll be glad to walk you through it. Okay, let's go on to the next slide. Now, the benefits of Discover Acceptance. One is that we're competitively priced. We're one bundle price for all credit card transactions. We're one combined monthly statement, and we're one point of contact for great customer service. Okay. Also, Accepting Discover provides opportunity for increased sales. And we are the fastest growing global payment network based on the Network Alliance. And we have the Discover Field Solutions rep, and that's who I am. I'm the representative that's here to give you local support if you need additional support. And our complimentary Discover Signage website where you can go on and get those free resources. So if you want more supplies, reach out to me, give me a call and let me know. You know, Lydia, I would love to have some of those PPEs, or, you know, I have t-shirts and baseball caps and I have all kind of neat stuff that I can send you. So reach out to me, give me a call, and I will be glad to order you some additional supplies. Are there any questions? This is our last slide. Okay, now we're gonna go over and I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions if you're ready for our Q&A. The first question that I'm gonna ask is, and it's a two-part question. I would like to know, what is the name of our ATM network and what two cards are ran off of it?
Pulse Network.
Correct.
Oh, crap.
And what are the cards ran off of, Steve? What are the two cards that's ran off of that network?
Well, it would be obviously Discover Debit, but I'm sorry.
Okay, our debit card, and what else?
Oh,
What other cards are ran off our ATM Pulse network?
Diners Club, Discover. Not JCB, it's not a debit.
Lydia, we also had someone in the chat say the name of the ATM is Pulse, and then the two cards are Diners Club and Discover. Is that right? Or is
No,
there more?
they're kind of right. They're kind of right.
Kind of
But
works, I suppose.
Yeah, see, and that person, whoever did it in the chat, they're right. However, it is called international cards. All the international cards, not just diners. All international cards are ran off our Pulse network. So the person that got in the chat, I guess they was the closest to it. So what do you think, Cameron?
Well, Steve answered first, but Brad was typing it at the same time. So
I'll let you decide.
I think I'm gonna have to give it to Steve because he was first in the verbal part. And then Brad was second.
Okay.
Yeah, he said give to Steve.
Okay, Steve is the winner.
Brad.
Thank you, Steve. Okay, here's our next question. It is a two-part question. I want you to name what are the two most important pieces of information you need for our custom check presenters, and how many months do you need to wait to order them, and how many is in a box? I'll repeat the question. What are the two important pieces of information that you need for custom check presenters? How many of them is in a box? And how long does it take for them to be shipped?
Okay, one of our agents in the chat, Justin Bull, he said 25 quantity and 6 months. Is that right?
Correct. And there was a third part. What are the most important pieces of information you need to order custom check presenter?
Okay, Brad Patzner in the chat, 6 months, 25 in a box. You need the merchant logo and mid from Discover.
That's the answer.
Woohoo!
Now, who was that stated?
That was Brad Patzner.
Oh, Brad. Thank you so much, Brad. So when you guys get a chance, my email address is Lydia, Lydia, Washington @discover.com. No periods, no dots, no commas in between my name. Lydia Washington @discover.com. So I thank you guys so much for allowing me to share with you guys. I am located here in Arizona, and I would love to take you guys out to lunch or an activity. If you're grouped together, please reach out to me and we can see how we can make that happen. I thank you so much for your time. Call me if you want more additional supplies or you need any help with ordering or the DGN app.
Thank you so much, Lydia. Thanks, everyone. We'll see you next Tuesday.
All right, you guys have a great day. Bye-bye.
You too.